Hey, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you love makeup as much as I do, then you are in the right place. My name is Calla and I'm obsessed with makeup. So I have gotten my hands on Sigma Beauty's Bare Bliss Palette. The reason I say I got my hands on this is because I cannot find anything out about this palette. There's nothing online. There's no videos. No, I'm lying. There's one video featuring this palette, a tutorial. Other than that, I have no idea where this palette came from. Is it an underground palette? Is it a new palette coming out? Which I don't think so. But I don't think it's an older palette either, because even if it was an older palette, you'd still see videos on YouTube or TikTok or somewhere. And there's nothing. I mean, this palette online is non-existent. So today, we're gonna be checking out this palette and trying it out. Sigma Beauty is a great brand. They're known for their brushes. They have been coming out, with more and more makeup. So I am familiar with their eyeshadow formula. So to see if this palette is gonna have the same type of formula, that's what I'm looking for. But the reason that I want to say it's an old palette and not a new palette maybe coming out, because there's no mirror, and usually Sigma palettes come with a brush. There's no brush. This is just a very plain Jane type palette, so I know nothing about this palette or where it came from. So if you know about this palette or anything about it, let me know in the comments, because I am very interested to know about this palette, where it came from. So here's the box the palette's gonna come in. It's like beige colored, and it's got this, little line design going on. And then here's the back of the box, and it basically just shows you all the shades, a normal Sigma box. So here is the actual palette. It's the same exact design as the box. And then the back of the palette basically gives you, again, all your shades. And now the inside, obviously I already dipped into it, but it's a very neutral palette with some rosy tones and a little bit of green. Very pretty neutral color story. Now, I can't give you a price on this palette because, again, I can't find it anywhere, but it does have a 12-month shelf life, and it was made in China. So here are the swatches of the palette. Most of the shades swatched very nicely. A couple shades, especially this one and this one right here, kind of iffy on the swatches. Obviously, you can't really judge a swatch on an arm, how it's gonna look on your eyes, because it can apply so differently. So let's just jump right into the tutorial. I'm gonna prime my eyes, zoom you in, and we'll get into it. So I'm first gonna start off with Toasty with a Sigma E25, and I'm gonna start and put that in my crease. With a Sigma E27, I'm gonna go into After Hours, and I'm gonna put that on my outer lid and up into my crease, and I'm just gonna keep it lower than that first shade. Went back to that first brush and that first shade just a little bit to blend out this darker shade. I'm gonna take the shade Humble with the Sigma E25. I'm gonna put that very high up, like literally right underneath my brow, and just kind of blend at the top of all these shades. I'm gonna take the shade Iconic with a Sigma E58. Then after applying on the brush, I am gonna use a spray to spray this before applying. And then I'm going to apply it to the empty space on my lid, and I am gonna leave about a quarter of the inner part of my lid open. With the same brush, I'm gonna go into Bittersweet. I'm gonna put that where I left open in the inner part of my lid. Now I'm gonna go do my face makeup real quick off camera, and I'll come back so we can finish up the eye look. Now I'm going to go back into After Hours with a Sigma E30, and that's going to go on my lower lash line, but only in like the outer corner of it. Then I'm going to go back into Toasty with a Sigma E45, and I'm going to put that along my entire lower lash line. Then I'm going to take my Sigma L04 and go into Humble, and I'm going to use that as my inner corner highlight. Now I'm going to go do liner and lashes, and I'll be right back to show you the final look and tell you my thoughts about this palette. Okay, I'm back. Here is the finished look. So my thoughts on the Bare Bliss Sigma Beauty palette. It's a nice neutral palette. I'm just not sure where it came from, why it's not on the market. I don't understand this palette, but other than that, it blended out nicely for the most part. I did have a little bit of trouble. Well, I don't want to say a little bit of trouble. It just takes a little bit more patience to blend it out. So if you think it's blend it out for another minute and then you should be good. But it's a regular Sigma formula. I don't personally like the shimmers in this palette. They're not very, I mean, there's only 3 of them, but they're not very like powerful, I guess you would say. I mean, I guess that's a personal preference. To me, it's like when you apply the shimmer, if you're looking directly at you, it looks like it's patchy, but it's not, because if you move your head, you can see it's all over your lid. But I just don't like those that when you put them on and you're looking straight ahead, it looks like you missed a bunch of spots. That's how these shimmers are, but maybe they'll do better when you put them over top of a matte. I'm not sure, I didn't do that. But overall, this is a really nice neutral palette. I have yet to play with this side of the palette with the rosy tones, so if you'd like another video with me using the rosy tones, let me know. If you have used this palette, let me know. If you know where this palette came from or why it's not on the market or anything about this, let me know, because I'm dying to know about this palette. So thank you guys so much for watching my video. I will link everything down in the description box below. Make sure you please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I hope to see y'all again soon. Bye.